The Fresno Focus Radio Hour. This is the No Focus Radio Hour. Comedy and insight from the greatest minds in Fresno. A Lightomine Media production. That's right. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. Thank you for listening, and thank you for telling a friend. The No Focus Radio Hour is available anywhere podcasts can be found, including YouTube and your home smart speakers. Remember to subscribe and to leave a review. It does help others discover our show. And while you're reviewing, keep in mind that 5 stars is the correct number of stars. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your friends. But if you hate it, share it with your enemies. Check out our site, nofocusradio.com, for exclusive content and to vote on Don's polls. Find us on social media. Our handle is @NoFocusRadio. Check out the rest of our shows at lightominemedia.com.
You can't be true, and I know just what I got to do.
Woo!
Gotta hit the ground running, running just as fast as I can. Running to my favorite podcast in Fresno.
Woo! Wow, man, we sound good. Man,
Nice.
we're getting better. I think we're getting better every week. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. It's made for those who live in the Central Valley, for those who miss the Central Valley, for those who long to live in the Central Valley, and for those who
miss the heat in the Central Valley.
We have our beautiful cast of characters. We're just missing one of them. We're missing Mr. Marty Stu Pedasso.
The most beautiful of all.
Yes, he's out with the classic cold. The what's the name of that virus?
RSV. Everybody's got that
Everybody,
thing now.
that's going around like crazy right now, right?
Yeah, I think I had it a couple months ago. Oh, my gosh.
But we do have with us, Don Schlicks.
Good to be back, and I had I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Road trip. I had a road trip, and we listened to like 6 or 7 episodes of our podcast.
Really?
Wow.
So I got some notes. I'll bring them up later. I got some notes for our podcast.
Okay, who'd you listen with? Who was on this trip with you guys?
Oh, it was by myself.
All right. Okay.
These are your notes? Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. I was like, constructive criticism from the family listened. All right, this is cool.
That's good. All right.
Okay.
We also have with us Mr. Eric the Doorman.
Hey, I just want to wish everybody a happy Life Day out there. I know it just passed, November 17th, but for all of you, I hope you enjoyed it.
What the heck is that?
You don't know what Life Day is?
I'm looking it up.
Life Day is a celebration that was created in 1978.
A Wookiee holiday.
A Wookiee holiday, thank you. It was a TV show, a holiday special after the original Star Wars was released. But this was on network TV, and it was called the Holiday Christmas Special, Star Wars The Holiday Special.
Yeah.
So Life Day is basically the Wookiee family, Chewbacca. The whole story is about Chewbacca getting back to his planet to celebrate this day. It's like a day of peace and love and all that kind of stuff. And that's about all I know about it. But you walk around in a red robe and you carry like a blue orb around in your hands, and you celebrate Life Day. And actually, that one had some big stars in it. I mean, back then, you had, I think, B. Arthur was in that holiday special. You had Harvey Korman, I think, was in that.
I don't know.
Well, they got the gang back together. Harrison Ford.
Yeah, all of them are in there, right?
Is this canon? Is this like official Star Wars story?
This is part of the story. They actually do these celebrations at I think Disneyland here in California is bigger, but they do them on both coasts.
Have you guys seen Mark Hamill?
They celebrate
in this?
Mark Hamill in the holiday special.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's frightening.
He's in it. Yeah, they're all in it. Yeah.
Was he CG'd back then,
I
or
don't
what is
know.
happening to him?
No,
It looks like somebody's wearing a Mark Hamill mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't
my
know what's going on with him. There are a few, you can catch it on YouTube, I think. There are a few DVDs floating around you can buy, but you can actually watch this. The show, I will admit, was basically a piece of crap. It was really bad. But for when you're a kid and you wanted anything Star Wars, man, you were clinging on to anything. But anyway, so I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Life Day.
Whew.
Yeah.
Wow, that's...
You never knew about this, huh?
Well, I knew about the special. I just didn't realize how frightening it was.
Yeah, it's celebrated. They do it at Disneyland. They do a little Life Day celebration. I think that it's fandom that puts it on, though. It's not the actual... I don't think the parks, participate that much in it. But
was it just called the Star Wars Xmas Special?
Star Wars Christmas Special. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's about this Life Day thing. But it was... You should see the people in their Wookiee costumes. You got to watch it.
What's a better fake holiday, Life Day or Festivus for the rest of us?
Oh, Festivus, probably.
Where you put up a metal pole
we need a poll.
and air your grievances.
Well, we need a Don Schlicks poll. What's the
I
best
got some
fake
major
holiday?
problems with you.
Major problems with you. And also behind the mic, we have the one, the only, the man, myth, the legend.
They call me Johnny Knobs, but my friends call me Max.
And what? Why do they call you Johnny Knobs?
Actually, very, very simple answer today. It's because I control the volume.
Wow, that's the shortest.
It's a good one.
That was also good harmony.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We're both from theater backgrounds. Lots
Yes.
of training and singing.
We were weeks.
Trained vocalists.
We practiced.
Yeah,
that.
weeks. We have total together weeks of vocal training.
We had to warm up before the show.
Hours.
La 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 la
Throughout
la
my
la la.
I have a quick update.
Yes.
We had a Don Schlicks poll.
No, it was actually just a story we did about movie theater candy.
Oh, you're
that
right.
you found
And then-
Cinemark.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
But we did a poll out of that, didn't we?
And we made a quick poll out of it, but then I accidentally deleted the answers. So I apologize, everybody. But we have a quick update about the Cinemark Cinema Candy update. This comes from friend of the show, Stephen Cochran. You know him. He wrote the book Alameda. And here he is. He says the correct answer to what is the best candy to eat at the movie theater is, of course, Acapella dark chocolate bourbon caramels with vanilla sea salt. Sure, you have to sneak them in, but the reward outweighs the risk.
Wow.
I would say those are really good. My choice, the Naughty Grams.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, those
the
are
Naughty
killer.
Grams.
Naughty
Love the
Grams.
My
Naughty
wife
Grams.
keeps asking, "What about the Naughty Grams?"
This was actually really cool.
Where are they? How can I get them?
This is another friend of the show, Tony. This is pretty cool because that Naughty Grams were a passion project of mine, and I kind of just I had a lot of people tell me I shouldn't do it, but I said, you know what, I'm doing it anyways. And I got this text the other day from friend of the show Tony, and he sent a picture of Acapella Naughty Grams. I haven't seen this guy in probably a year, and he just writes, "Just when I thought my life couldn't possibly get any better, thank you, sir. Thank you. #perfection with the Naughty Grams." And
Wow.
I thought, man, that made me feel really good. It was actually really nice. I was having a rough day, and I was like, that's awesome. So I thought that was cool. So thanks, Tony. Appreciate
Well,
that.
I'm gonna also chime in real quick and say I personally like this time of year the Bev bombs.
Oh, thank you. You can get those at Costco right
I
now.
got them at Costco. Did you see? I got a little.
I saw. Thank you.
I had a little post about that, and I was
Yeah.
excited that I finally found them over there.
I don't know if you know, Acapella, I saw retweeted your post.
Oh, okay,
As well as your wife's post.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So you're now famous. You're famous.
That's awesome. No, those things are really good. The Bev bombs, boys, you stick them in some. Now, do you guys like the hot water, or you got to go with the milk on that?
I
right?
don't do. Yeah, you gotta go with milk.
You got to go with the milk on that.
Yeah, you don't want to do hot water.
Yeah.
Or coffee.
Oh, you know what? My wife did that. She
Coffee's
put it
good.
in coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, coffee's good.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't do you don't want to do especially water and chocolate. You want to go with the milk. You want something fatty. in
Yeah,
there.
no, but the she did the coffee. So you guys, if you're looking for a nice treat in
I
your
don't
coffee,
think water and chocolate would mix well.
It doesn't.
It would separate.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
We actually there's a lot of people who get who are upset by that because most people are so used to the powder.
Just,
and do it in the water,
Even though
yeah.
we say add to hot milk, they're so used to water that there's a lot of. I'm always answering emails like you have to use something fatty. You have to use something.
Yeah,
with some
So
oil.
you sold Stephen J. Cochran short a little bit. He not only wrote the book Alameda, he wrote the book Johnny Knobs Notebook.
This
or what
is
it's
true.
called. Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, you can pick this up on Amazon. Johnny Knobs, the man with 1,000 knobs, a notebook, and it's got a it's great notebook. And if it's a short read, so if you want to pick this up, it's a total of
you know what I'm thinking.
7 words.
You know what
I think.
you know what I'm thinking is you need to do a collaboration with him, and he needs to do like a second edition where it's the best Johnny Knob, but your quotes.
So all the stories,
all the best Johnny Knob stories in there.
Yeah.
Where how like those little inspiration notebooks where there'll be a little inspiration
like
thing
Jack
before
Handy?
you write your
Yeah.
So you need to do that. Like
it's a lot of work though. Imagine we have to go
page.
through and listen to all our podcasts and transcribe them.
Oh, you don't have them
You just
from
make
memory?
them up again.
Yeah, I'll just make a whole bunch of them
make
up.
'em
That's
up.
actually a good point. Yeah, let's make up a whole bunch of new ones.
Yeah, just make up some new
Johnny
ones. Who
Knob's
knows?
best stories, all new.
Nobody listens to our old podcast anyway, right? So
Oh, goodness. Okay, so that was the Cinema Candy update. We have another update here. Eric, why don't you tell this story, about kind of a little bit about Ligma Johnson.
yeah, so there was I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, but there was these 2 employees that when Elon Musk took over Twitter, that they were interviewed by major news outlets.
They were just fired.
Interviewed by major news outlets, explaining that, talking about how are they going to pay for their Tesla, and they can't believe it. They're all into climate change, and Twitter's going to go down the tubes. They're going to read their, Michelle Obama biography and all that, and this and that. And anyway, come to find out, and these guys' names were Raul Ligma and Daniel Johnson. And come to find out, they pranked the media, right? It was all a big joke.
Right.
So recently, Elon Musk, after all the I guess people are leaving Twitter. I mean, they really are leaving Twitter by the thousands, right? I mean, some are getting laid off and some are just quitting. I mean,
Yeah, but you know what's funny about this whole Twitter thing? They're making a huge story about how like a couple thousand people have left Twitter.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Facebook just let go of 11,000 people.
Yeah.
Amazon just let go of 10,000 people. Nobody cares about that.
No,
But
everybody.
No.
Yeah.
But the 3,000
True.
people that Twitter let go.
How dare
Oh,
he?
how dare
You're
he?
right. Meta
He's
fired
evil.
everybody.
Yeah,
Amazon,
11,000
yeah.
people. Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah, we could get into that too.
Unreal.
But anyway, so Elon posted it. What did he say here in this post? I can't read it.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, the one that said-
Back.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Ligma and Johnson.
Welcome back, Ligma and Johnson, and so he goes on to say it's important to admit when I'm wrong, and firing these 2 employees. So basically, some of the mainstream news picked this up again.
Unreal.
And they still got duped. And there's some outlets out there that are saying, well, it's good to see that he's seen the error of his ways and he's hiring back these 2 poor employees, So, yeah. I thought
And
it
the
was,
whole joke was their names, right?
yeah, the whole joke is their names. I mean, like all 12-year-olds got it right away.
Yes,
I think,
that's an ongoing meme. The Ligma Johnson thing's
Oh,
been
yeah.
around online for a couple years now. So
Well, and then plus 2, yeah. So if you guys are on Twitter and you are, if you check Elon's scroll there, there's like all these memes. There's like one with we're looking at right now, Princess Leia, with her little Obi-Wan Kenobi, "You're my only hope." It says, what does it say? "Help us, Ligma Johnson.
you're our only hope.
These memes are awesome, man. Anyway.
And I do want to see, look, if anybody, whether you hate Elon Musk or not, what you need to do is you have to get on Twitter and follow him because he is savage. And it is, if you like slightly mean humor, he is hilarious at the way he just trolls people.
Well, did you see the AOC one?
Oh my God, dude, he's incredible.
Yeah, so
he's incredible.
AOC posted about how, these poor employees and, you guys keep your heads up and Twitter is a wonderful space that you built, this and that. And then Elon turns around and says, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. He's so funny.
He's a great troll. He really is a great troll. I don't know. I don't completely believe that Elon is our savior. I'll come out
of
and
course
say
not. No, you don't want to believe that.
I don't think that. I think he wants to turn us into a profitable company, and he wants your information like everybody else does in the social space. This is how he's going to make money.
Well, the only thing I appreciate that he is a champion of free speech.
Yeah.
He's he brought back Babylon Bee. Like
did he? So they're
and
back
Jordan
on that.
Peterson brought back Jordan Peterson.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course people are angry about that.
And he got rid of Kathy Griffin. That was funny.
Yeah, and you know what I like? Well, he brought her back,
And he did bring her
But
back.
you know what
yeah.
he's doing? He's doing this too. He says, and he polls Twitter: reinstate former President Donald Trump, yes or no. You have 12 million votes voting, and it's gonna. Then he just writes. His first thing is he says essentially Vox Populi, Vox Dei, which is like the people's vote is God, essentially, right? What the people say happens. So he's literally just saying, look, whatever you guys want, I'll do. This is our platform. And I think that's a great
And
way
he
to
said
deal
as
with it.
he gets pushback for reinstating people, and how could you he said like it's amazing how scared people are of free speech. You know, we've gone from a nation where that was our number one. That was the one thing, or the First Amendment, free speech, free religion. That was the one thing that really separated us as a nation. And now there's a whole bunch of people here that actively are against that. They just want, it's dangerous. We should only say what the government wants us to say.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He when Kathy Griffin got, or is it Griffith or Griffin?
Griffith
got banned because she changed her name to Elon Musk and then started pretending to be
a bunch
him.
of them did. It was a bunch of celebrities.
So
thought it was
he
funny.
banned her because that was part of the rules. You can't.
Yeah.
You have to say you're a parody or whatever.
You can't pose.
And somebody tweeted about it. Oh, look, Elon Musk, like how terrible you are. You banned somebody for impersonating you. And he says, wrong. I banned her for impersonating a comedian.
I say he's
I
great.
was like, that is the funniest thing.
I love his comebacks. I mean, that's the thing, you know. I mean, the guy knows how to troll. I mean, he's so good at and that's
It's Griffin, Kathy Griffin.
Kathy Griffin.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, the guy knows how to troll, and that's what keeps him in popularity in the public,
God.
you know, in the public square here. Oh my gosh, this is the girlfriend. Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. That's the girlfriend of that FTX guy.
Yep. That's another big issue.
We'll get into that later. But anyway,
Elon's digging into the whole. He believes that there should be something.
well, did you? Okay, we'll talk about it. I'll just say this to kind of prime the pump here a little bit. So apparently, this guy came to Elon and wanted to be part of this whole buying Twitter.
Right.
And Elon said that he looked at some of his stuff that this guy was doing and smelled something was not right.
Oh, yeah.
So he didn't. He's like, no, that's okay. I don't want him to invest in it. So anyway, that's their connection there. And so yeah, I'm sure he's.
Yeah. It's
anyway.
It's.
But if you guys want great entertainment, you need to get back on Twitter just to scroll on Elon's feed here. What do they call it?
Yeah, his feed. I guess
Is that what it is? I don't know all these terms. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal. All right. Anyways, moving on from Ligma Johnson. He's back.
Well, can I share my notes about the podcast?
Okay. Yeah. Notes about podcasts.
So
Let's put that in here.
my one note is I think we need a fact checker for us. We say some things that are so wrong. I'll give you two examples.
Okay.
Last show that we did, or maybe 2 shows ago, you and I sat here and said that the WCW wrestling show was called Turbo. It's called Nitro. We were so wrong.
Nitro.
WCW Nitro.
Well, that's what we need to have. Go ahead though. Go ahead, and I'll
The
finish.
second example that really upset me was you two. I wasn't here for this show. You two were talking about Predator 2, and you decided that the star of Predator 2 was Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
It's Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. I think I said Danny Glover.
No, you said Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was the guy from Rocky. No, Rocky.
He's in Predator
Mr. T?
1.
Oh, Mr. T. Yeah, it's Mr. T. That's who it was.
See, no, but okay. So
I don't remember Predator
was that,
2.
Was that the only 2 examples?
The two that upset me the most.
The two that stood out. Okay.
Oh, so I got. That's good
Now
news.
listen.
Is there was nothing. The good news is, I guess, bad news. Bad news is we were wrong on really important issues. All right, that's the bad news. We have to be better at the important issues.
Yeah.
Predator and what was the other one?
Oh, the WCW.
WCW.
Nitro. Not.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Turbo.
Similar, but I mean, it's similar enough, right?
That's funny, man. Well, here's the deal. I was going to say though, that's why we need people. Get on that Discord and
That's
tell
true.
us what's going on. We need fact checkers in our audience to let us know.
You confused Danny Glover with Louis.
Louis Gossett Jr. He's Iron Eagle. That's right. Louis Gossett Jr. is
Pretty
Iron
racist,
Eagle.
dude. I can't believe that.
I know. We're terrible, aren't we?
I've never heard of Louis. I don't know this guy.
Oh man, he was classic. Louis
Officer and a Gentleman?
Back in the 80s, this dude was solid. He was.
I don't know.
That was the actor, man. Every time, I mean, he was a solid. He was every movie. It's like, oh, he's in it. It's gonna be solid. Yeah,
Wow, he was back in Raisin in the Sun.
Raisin in the Sun. Yeah, crazy.
Oh, he's in the original Punisher.
He was in Jaws 3. I see.
Oh man, Jaws 3 is the one with the cardboard sharks.
Is that
right?
is that called Jaws 3 Toothless? Is that the one where the? Anyway, I will say this: we need people to get on that Discord and
correct us.
and correct us,
That's
please.
right.
That's what we need. Now, I'm gonna say right here and apologize. I'm not gonna get everything right, and I do apologize to the audience. We try our best. You know, sometimes things are on the fly. We don't really have time to look it all up right now.
I'm doing my best, guys. There's only one of me.
No,
over
that's
here.
what I'm saying. You know, we have Johnny Knobs is the only one that really has a computer. We're trying to look up stuff too on our phones, and this show would be like 4 hours if we did that, right? You know, I don't know if they'd want to listen to a 4-hour show, but we're trying. We're trying.
But I do appreciate that. That Dawn is fact checking us, and
True.
that we will issue corrections. So we now know that it was
WCW was Nitro, not Turbo,
and that it was Danny Glover, not Louis Gossett Jr.
Right.
Danny Glover
from Raisin in the Sun.
Yes.
It was Danny Glover from.
Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon.
Yes, that's right.
You know they're trying to do another Lethal
Yes,
Weapon.
I'm so excited. Those are my favorite movies.
Oh man,
I think Danny Glover's legitimately like 80 right now.
Is he? Let's fact check it.
Fact check me.
Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do the movie?
Danny Glover, 76. Holy smokes!
Wow, he could still do the movie. Oh my gosh.
You know,
I want to see him and Riggs back on that toilet. Remember when that toilet?
Oh,
was
dude,
rigged with the bomb?
Predator 2. Yeah.
He looks good for 80.
Of course.
What did he always say? I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah, that was back in '86 when he was like supposed to be 50 years old.
That's a good point. You're right. He was like 50 years old back then.
He was retiring from the police force when Lethal Weapon
Yeah,
was going on.
I can't wait to figure out how they're going to pull these two old guys back into the force. It's got to be one of the original. That's the only way, right? One of the original bad guys comes back, and they have to get them to figure it out.
Well, was it the Swedish guys that were in that house that fell off the cliff? Was that Lethal Weapon 2?
Yes, but fact checking you, South African.
South African.
Yes, because it was about the golden coins.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Those guys fell off, so we can't use those guys as bad guys, right? Who was the bad guy in the first one? They all die, I think.
Gang members, I think.
He kills them all, doesn't he?
Third.
Doesn't Riggs kill them all? Like in every movie, he kills the bad guy in the end, right?
Yeah.
There's like nobody gets
Mr.
away.
Joshua.
Oh, yeah. Krugerrands. The first, that's right. It's all about the Krugerrands.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's where they drown his girlfriend, right?
Oh, that's good stuff. Man, those are great.
The first one was the girl flew off the building.
That's right.
She committed suicide, or
they thought she did.
Lethal
No, she did
Weapon
actually.
lore.
She was on drugs. That's right.
She was on drugs. I think. Okay, did she or she get pushed? Okay,
great.
We gotta watch. I gotta watch those for Christmas, and that's another debate, right? We'll go back to is that really a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
The second one is the best one. It's so funny.
Second one's good. The third one's good. Actually,
the third one's the least good.
What was the third one? Oh,
It's
that
like
was
Renee,
the one
where
with
they brought
Pesci.
Renee. They brought Pesci. No, he's in the second one.
He's
he
the
in the
second
second?
as well.
That's where he's introduced, and that's why it's one of the best ones.
Okay, is he in the third one too?
Yeah, he's in third
He's in
and fourth.
and four's also pretty funny.
Four's
actually,
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
But third's the one where they bring Renee Russo in.
Oh yeah.
There's,
she's-
the
yeah.
opening is really funny where it's Riggs and Murtaugh, of course, trying to defuse a bomb.
Oh, that's the best. And he goes in anyway. And I got it. Then it just shows them
running with the cat.
Yeah. Wait, was the second one when he was on the toilet and there was a bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's stuck on the toilet.
These guys and their bombs.
Oh my gosh, those movies are like perfect.
And Danny Glover has the new station wagon that just gets wrecked during the movie.
He's driving. He's not going to fit.
You don't have enough room. I got it.
He starts laughing. No, you're right.
I didn't have enough room.
Oh man, I got to revisit those. I haven't. Oh my gosh,
they're perfect movies. They're really well done. Goodness me, the Lethal Weapon.
that was a nice little trip down memory lane. Yeah, for some reason, and it's funny because it's like the guys, you just get mixed up for some reason. Like back in the day, it's like, oh no, who started that? And it's like you just get them mixed up. I don't know.
Okay, a little bit of Fresno news here. This is big news actually. So the Tower Theater, the city of Fresno bought it with our Measure P funds
For parks, right?
Yes, our park funds.
Yeah, that Tower Theater is definitely a park.
One more thing for people who wants to realize once more why you shouldn't vote on more taxes.
I was going to say, I got some opinions on that.
For all those small neighborhoods who are like, yeah, I really like a park, and that's why I'm giving my money away. You just bought a theater that you're never going to go to.
Yeah.
And two, it's going to get much more expensive to go see a show because now we have to hire, the city has to pay a third party to run and manage it.
Yeah.
And when the city pays a third party,
It's somebody's best friend or brother-in-law.
It's going to be somebody who makes a lot more money than if the original guy, Beatty, what's his name? Beatty, whatever his name.
Abadi.
Then he was making, right?
Yeah.
He was
Government-run things always cost I would say
3
20 times more
times.
than
Yep,
a private
easy.
person who's owning a company and running a
I
company.
was going to say 3, but yeah.
So they
20
bought
times.
it for
That's right.
$6.5 million, and now they have opened up bids to who can operate the Tower Theater.
You know what they should do? They should just put some slides in there, some monkey bars.
call it a
And
park.
just make it a park, an
Not a
indoor
bad
park.
idea. That'd actually be great.
Yeah.
AC. So they have 8 proposals. The first one is the previous owner and current operator, Lawrence Abate. He's put his name in.
He put it in, or they just threw him in?
Because honestly, that's smart for him. He's going to go, I'll make a lot more money doing it this
Yeah.
way. Second one
And
is the
he's-
Fresno Arts Council, who is they're a coalition of stakeholders in the Tower District area.
Oh, I hate that word.
Yeah, me too. They are a, quote, nonprofit.
And they said that we were asked to submit it. So in other words, they're acting like they had no idea. They were just asked to
Now,
do it, and
I
forced.
do want to ask everybody, the Fresno Arts Council, how are the arts doing in Fresno right now? Pretty well known. People really
I have no idea what's going on in
exactly.
the arts
So, or do we
world.
think we're going to trust them to run it?
There's
Okay,
so
So they do say, as a nonprofit, we would be able to apply for various state and federal grants that could support the renovation of the theater. And then they say, and pad our pockets.
of course.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the third one
what it's
here
about, yeah.
is a 3-way partnership between some event promoters, Sterling Venue Ventures, Scotland Concerts, and Team Neville. And they said they'd like
Is that Aaron Neville? Because I'll vote for
wish.
him.
Yeah.
I actually think this is probably one. We'll wait till the end. They teamed up for a single bid to run the theater together. Sterling Venue Ventures, which is one of them. They're a longtime concert promoter and venue owner. So that's one. And he says having a nonprofit operate the theater can become a liability to the city, which will cost the city millions of dollars a year. So why not give it to us? We'll just make it profitable and awesome.
Oh boy, here we go.
Which the thing is, I agree. Let these people run it because it's going to be a for-profit, and they're going to have to do a good job with it.
True.
So it would be a 3-party system.
Scott Peterson on death row?
The second one is Scott Peterson, who brings jazz concerts, the Soroyan and the Tower Theaters, as well as helping run Hanford's Fox Theater, which gets some great
He's
stuff.
rehabilitated now.
The third one is the Neville family.
Yes. I don't know much, but I
who
know
actually-
I love you. That is all.
They actually manage the box office at the Tower Theater currently. So you'd have all 3 of them coming together to bring concerts.
Okay, I have another one another hat I'd like to throw in the ring. How about Adventure Church?
Oh, it's interesting.
Oh, they
and
should
you know
sign
what?
up to run
they
the theater.
actually would have bought the theater and ran it. It would have
Yeah.
cost us no money.
Oh yeah, but why do that?
Interesting.
Why do that?
So the fourth option here is a company called Definitive Productions. They're a local production company run by somebody.
Have you heard of them?
Never heard of them.
Okay.
The owner's name is Tully Hoffaker. She has brought many events to the Valley, they say. They don't give us, they don't tell me who. So I don't know. I have no option about that one. The other person we have is Strummers, people who own Strummers.
Okay.
Numbskull shows. They bring more alternative shows. And then an out-of-state interest, a realtor named Tamisha Braun, who's a property manager out of Georgia, who owns a business called Olive Branch Property. She might not live in Fresno, but she works and has connections in Fresno. So those are our 8 options. Which I find
9 was
interesting.
Adventure Church.
9 was Adventure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? You have the Fresno Arts Council. You have a group of 3 event promoters and property managers who currently do this. You have a company called Definitive Productions, who they don't tell us really anything about. You have Strummers, and then you have Olive Branch Property Management. Oh, and you have the current owner as well, or former owner. What do you guys think about that? Any thoughts?
I say get the wrecking ball and demolish the damn thing. That's what I say. I mean, listen, well, my thought is
I like my park idea better.
Not bad.
turn it into a park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think, honestly, this is what they should have done. I feel, for one, how many people, how big, here's my question. How did they announce that people are allowed to put a bid in to run this theater?
Yeah,
It sounds to me like they announced it to very certain people. It was definitely not a big news story.
no, true.
I feel like if it was a real announcement, there'd be a lot more people than 8.
So they probably have who they want to do already.
I think these are kind of
they know.
select. Yep. because I think this is what should have happened. It should have been a massive announcement by the city. It should have been in the front of the Fresno Bee. It should have been, hey, if you know anybody, people can put their bids in to run this place by the. Essentially, what a great gig. I don't know how many people wouldn't want to do this. They're going to say, hey, here's a theater.
Yeah.
The city's going to help take care of it, and you just get to run it and get paid. I don't know why there wouldn't be more than 8 people. Like, heck, I would have put my name into this thing. We could have called it the No Talent Theater, for goodness sakes. Or the No Focus, whatever name of our show is. So I just feel like that's probably what my issue is. But out of the 8,
fact checker,
I think out of the 8, I think the one that makes the most sense, not knowing who some of these people are, would be the 3 companies together who actually run theaters like the Hanford Fox. Like, that makes sense to me.
Is that who runs? Is that
that's one of them? They run the Hanford Fox?
Yeah.
What about who runs the Visalia Fox?
That's
Theater?
The best. I love that one.
That one, I
don't know.
Dwight Yoakam, Josh Turner, they get big acts to come
but that's
through
my
there.
thing. I don't know. I think that's my issue. Is I feel like if this was a bigger announcement, people like that would have said, wait a second, we can have 2 venues now? Because if you have 2 venues run by the same person, you'll bring better people in. Because you can say, hey, night 1, you can do the Visalia. Night 2, you can do the...
Yeah.
Well, my opinion on that, anything that actually makes legitimate money in Fresno, they're not going to do. They're going to go for grant money and government money. So they're probably going to pick the Arts Council, would be my guesstimation. I do agree with you, though. I mean, there should be. I mean, listen, I'm really disgusted with what happened down there anyway, and how it fell down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that I don't know if I can kind of take this a little bit on a side trip, but you know, this is why it's funny because we just had the elections, right? And we just voted on all these measures. I think every measure that had a tax on it was defeated. Correct? Measure C, Measure E, and was it Measure M? Was that the other one? All of them that had taxes.
So. Yeah.
So anyway, my point being this is, I think people saw what happened, what the city did with the buying of the Tower Theater, and they don't trust the city officials anymore to do right with their tax money. Measure P was supposed to be for parks, not to buy a theater. Right. And I think that's why all this other stuff failed. And I think people are pissed, and I don't think people really care what happens anymore to this Tower Theater.
Yeah.
That could be that. It could also just be like people have reached like we are the highest taxed, state, and
and you can't afford to live anymore.
If taxes were working, like things would have been getting better, right?
They're just getting worse.
Getting worse, and then they ask for more money, and then more money, and
well, I mean, Measure C. I mean, listen, with Measure C, it's like how they stick a sign on a jacked up road, or they take a road that's semi decent, and then they put a sign on there. This is your Measure C tax dollars. They tear the thing up, and it's tore up for like 10 years for what? Just to repave the thing. I mean, it's like what? Nobody can get anything done anymore. Right. And this isn't a call out to actually the workers that are doing the hard work out there. This is the people that have control of the money. They just don't seem like they can get anything done. Point being, though, is I don't think people care anymore about the tower. I don't even know if people will go down there anymore.
I think
I think they're disgusted.
This is where I hear. So the 3 groups. This is what I think. The partnership between the 3 groups makes the most sense because Group 1 is a group that currently knows the Tower Theater. They run the box office. They know how to run the theater itself.
Yeah.
Right. Then you have the second group, which is Scotland Concerts. They're a full service. They do concept planning, management, and execution, marketing. They do rigging, stages, lighting, and they're big on bringing jazz concerts. The third one, though, is this company, which is I forget which one it is. They are the...
it's not the Scott Peterson company, is it?
No. It's the Sterling Venue.
Oh, okay.
And they actually own currently a couple of venues. They have one in Ojai, Santa Clarita, Oxnard, Agora Hills, Burbank, Beverly Hills, Montclair, and Redondo Beach. So they own and manage a number of venues, and they'll do things like they have bands that come in. They do things like, they're coming in, Boogie Nights, Gordon Lightfoot. I'm just looking at their stuff. They'll do things like bringing in.
You're having a hard time finding names. It's a lot of tribute bands.
Yeah,
so
Price is Right,
Temptations,
Kenny Loggins, Paul Anka. So
they have connections already to people.
At the very least, at the very least, they know how to run venues.
Because let's be honest, the Tower Theater is not going to bring. It's not Save Mart Center. You're not going to bring.
Why was the Tower Theater never like as good as the Visalia Fox?
So what
I mean? It's like we're a huge city, and they couldn't get big acts.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
It blows my mind. The Visalia Fox, I have seen amazing people there. I have seen I've seen a couple. I saw like Modest Yahoo at the Fresno one. I've seen the Strumbellas.
Now the Fox.
Not people like, I've seen like the Avett brothers, and you've seen.
I saw Travis Tritt at the Tower, but it was just him and a guitar. When I saw Josh Turner and Dwight Yoakam, it's their full band, it's lights,
And they were
it's
at the
whole
Fox?
production. Yeah, and
Okay, now I've never been down there.
Great theater.
I was gonna say, is it about the same size as the Tower?
Might be bigger, a little bigger.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It might even be probably maybe about the same size. Maybe a little bigger.
I really don't know. I don't remember. That Travis Tritt concert might be the only time I've been.
Are you talking about the Howard, the Hanford one? Or are you talking about the one in Visalia? Oh, Visalia. I think I've been to that one and saw it playing there. Yeah, and that's a nice theater. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty big, but it's probably about the same size, maybe a tad bigger. You're right, that one. But I don't know about the Hanford one.
I've never been to the Hanford one.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of feel like. At least that one makes the most sense. And that being said, even these people, like, I wouldn't be too excited. I'm not going to go see, like, Herman's Hermits, probably. I know one of their songs. It's a lot of, but the thing is, you're right. It's because the size of the theater. You're not going to bring giant people in.
Yeah.
But you can get some good stuff. I just don't know.
I think it'd be you have to get kind of niche stuff, like if you're getting Paul Anka, there's going to be a certain group that are going to go see Paul Anka.
I just can't imagine the Fresno Arts Council is going to be able to get, like, anybody.
No, they're gonna probably. Nothing against them, but they're like they just said, they're probably gonna go after the grant money and then throw a couple of things in there, a month.
It seemed like they were more focused on the building itself.
We're gonna keep the building how it is. I'm like, no, who cares? So, anyways, there it is. It's interesting.
Well, it's the saga. It's funny because I remember Don Schlicks saying that, this is my last word on the Tower, and that was how long ago. And it's funny because, this news story, and it's not you, it's the news story keeps coming up and won't go away. The Tower just won't be run, it's like it just won't, be run nicely and go away. But anyway.
Yeah. So the very same people who voted to buy that theater have just given themselves another raise.
Another
I will say one more thing on the Tower.
Yes.
Is
this your final word?
Yeah.
No, it's dependent upon the news cycle. It's never going to go away.
The reason that the church was not allowed to purchase it was because people don't agree with the religion of the church.
Yes.
I always thought that we had could you imagine them doing that if Islamic group wanted to buy it and turn it into a mosque or a Hindu temple or no? They just protest. We don't like your religion, so we're going to protest until the city says no, you can't be in here. You know what I mean? It's like all right.
Well, and then the city's solution is just to come in and buy it with our tax dollars without asking anybody.
Yeah, we didn't get a vote on it.
No.
We didn't get a vote what we did with our tax dollars.
They'll say, well, your vote was for Measure P. You should have read the thing. And I voted no for Measure P, by the way, because I knew in there it had the clause that they could take this money and do whatever they wanted with it. It's not just for parks, and that's the problem.
It's a city run by an administration.
Yeah.
Right? You can't vote for things anymore because we have administrators running everything.
Well, and here's the other thing, going back to the Fresno Arts Council. Now, nothing against them. I don't know them. But it's funny that, they're saying that people in the Tower District want us to run. And I know people that live in the Tower District, and that thing is, unfortunately, I'm hearing it's falling apart. That it is not the Tower District of old, what we remember, 10, 15 years ago. This thing is falling apart from what I'm hearing. And so I'm like, I don't know if they can do the job to hold that thing together. It's a shame. I love the Tower District.
Right.
But it's like now it's a whole different place than what it used to be.
Yeah. No, it is. I used to live in the Tower District, and it was the very same place a car bomb went off in front of my house. So, it hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah.
The Mark Hamill picture will haunt me in my dreams for
Keep
years
looking
to
at
come.
that from that.
Freaks me out, man.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an interesting one. So,
Yes.
City of Fresno Council gave themselves another raise. Approved perks worth more than $13,000 annually for each of its members by a 4-1 vote. 4 Democrats voted yes, 1 Republican voted no. So they get a type of compensation. It's considered a bonus, essentially. So Miguel Arias, Tyler Maxwell, Luis Chavez, and Nelson Esparza voted in favor. Gary Bredefield opposed. Mike Carbisi stepped away. Carbasi stepped away. I don't know. Esmeralda Sora did not attend.
She didn't attend it. Go ahead.
So yeah, you can take it from here. Yeah, talk
No, I'm
about
saying,
it.
so basically what they're saying though, right, is that these guys, so the reason for all of this is because they're saying they're not included in the retirement plan of the city.
Right.
Now, these people are elected, they're city council. They shouldn't have a retirement plan.
It's supposed to be a part-time
It's supposed to be a part-time, but apparently from what some of the city council members said when they got a raise back a few months ago, that it is not a part-time, it's a full-time job now all of a sudden.
Right.
So what did they get out of that? Was it a 69 or a 30? What was the final tick on that raise that they got? What was the final
how much
amount?
it was.
So
They didn't get the 69%. They got like a 30-something.
I think they got 35 or 39, a 35% raise.
Yeah.
So this is essentially they're saying, well, and Dyer's agreeing with it, that they don't have a retirement plan. So they want to do this other stuff for a retirement plan. They shouldn't be there long enough to have a retirement plan.
Right. Exactly.
These aren't lifelong. These are supposed to be, you're in there 1 or 2 sessions and you're done. Bredefield, I think he's done. He's served his 2 sessions and he's done. Why do they need a retirement plan?
Yeah.
Why do they need this? Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, yes, they get that raise. They also get an additional car and travel expenses of $450 a month, and
which they're under investigation for their expenses, right?
And additional
Recently.
general miscellaneous money of on average $843.75
Miscellaneous?
a month. So
I'm going to run next time. This is a cushy gig.
Yeah, they'll be making $111,000 plus the additional expenses for working a part-time city council job. It's not too bad.
And compared to some of their districts that they're from, their district some of their districts are pretty impoverished.
Like I'd like
California
to know,
is. I'm sorry, but California is what. Here we go. Fact check me again. California is really high. I'm not going to say what the percentage is. I saw it somewhere. I thought it was around 35%. As far as California, we're like the number 1 city, I think, as far as impoverished city.
Makes sense.
And in California, I think, city or county, but. So point being, some of these districts are pretty poor, and these guys are giving themselves huge raises. Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
So here's like somebody who voted, Mr. Tyler Maxwell. I called him out on this show before because he's a liar. I'm just looking. What does he do? Let's say like on a random day, what is he up to? November 2nd, he went out and got a signed copy of Fire and Blood.
Who's this Tyler Maxwell again?
He's one of our people we voted for. He's my person in this area.
Is that about a venereal disease, fire and blood?
Yeah, it is.
But this is Clovis, though, right?
No, I'm in Fresno, technically.
Oh, you're technically in Fresno. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know really what he does on a daily basis.
Okay.
Like, can you make what is he doing?
This is the full-time job? This is a full-time job?
Yeah, he tweets events once a day is essentially what it looks like.
Okay.
Here is him doing his job here. So here he is at a Fresno State game. Here he is hanging out with people. I think what he does is like he goes to Fresno State games and goes to like what is this here? The Fresno Fair. He seems like he just goes and hangs out.
He's shaking hands. I don't even see him kissing babies, but he's shaking hands.
Goes like to businesses and hangs out.
Now you're picking. Now you're okay. We picked this one particular guy, but I think that the question here is just what are we getting for our money? That's the whole question. The city is full of trash. You got trash on every street, all over the place.
Their job is to vote on proposals, bring ideas, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. Isn't that a part-time type of situation? So if this warrants a full time, then we need to see some action.
Well, that goes back all the way to when this country was founded, the original founders viewed government as you did your duty, you served it, and it wasn't supposed to be a career.
Yeah.
But now we've got these Congress and people that are serving till they're 89, 90 years old.
Yeah. It's a career
they
now.
become a career, and where they get really wealthy doing it somehow. I wonder how.
Well, we all have to go read Paul Pelosi's book on how to invest, how to pick your stocks. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's just once again, it's we wonder where our tax money goes. This is why people voted. Going back to my point earlier, why people are voting down this stuff,
which surprises me because Fresno historically just votes yes for any tax that is on the ballot. So.
But you see it. But you do see a change, I guess.
I guess so.
People are tired of it.
I'm sure inflation has something to do with it too. People are just struggling to buy food
inflation,
and gas.
homelessness. I mean, you know, the drug crisis. I mean, things are going out of control, and it's like, well, we're doing such a great job locally. Let's just give
Every
ourselves
day
some
in
money.
Fresno, multiple people get shot, right? It's like every
Yeah.
time you watch the news.
Yeah.
We talk about the Tower District right now. I mean, you know, that used to be a nice little artsy.
It was fun. I
niche.
take my kids there a lot.
You know, I
lots
felt
of
you
good
would feel
restaurants.
comfortable going down there any time of the day. You'd feel comfortable, and now it's not that.
It's dicey. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people have been shot there and killed. I mean, people that I knew.
Yep. People that I know. Yeah. 100%. I mean, you remember our guy who was part of our the No Talent show, the original talent show. He got killed
Stabbed
by a
or
machete.
something? Yeah, machete. Jeez.
Yeah. Got macheted in Tower District.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not really a happy place.
And even though that was a little while ago, and these guys necessarily didn't have anything to do with that, but I'm just saying that, you know, Fresno in general, I mean, you know, you have to look at your city, and I think people are you know, we can make the city a lot better than what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And it can be. And, you know, they're looking at this kind of stuff, and they're just seeing that it just seems like it's a cash grab there now. Oh, it's just a cash grab. Let's just grab what we can get.
100%.
You know?
You have this story here, same sort of thing, I think. I don't know if this is similar story, right? Months after giving itself a pay raise, the Fresno City Council took steps Thursday to give themselves another pay raise.
yeah, I think that's the same one.
Same
yeah,
story,
that was the same
essentially.
story. Yeah,
Okay. So that's great. Good.
That was, I think that was pre this, but so they actually
Let's
did
have
it.
some good Fresno news, Max. How
Yeah,
about
here we
that?
go. Thank you. Okay, here we go, guys. Good Fresno news. Okay, got some good stories here. Fresno Mission. Here's some nice Christmas cheer. The Fresno Mission, in partnership with Central California Food Bank, is hosting One Table Fresno at Fresno Mission's newly renovated City Center campus. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Is that the Fresno Rescue Mission, or is that different?
I think it's the Fresno Rescue Mission.
Okay.
They've just changed their name to Fresno Mission, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah, they are giving away 2,000 coats, 1,000 new blankets, 2,000 hot steak meals, and 1,000 holiday meal boxes provided by the food bank. If you show up, you'll get a delicious ribeye steak, mashed potatoes, vegetables, chocolate. You're very welcome. Hot coffee.
Nice.
It really is going to be the best. We could have served anything, right? We could have served something much simpler, but we wanted to make that delicious holiday meal. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. They'll have a big table. They can seat 500 people at a time. So it's going to be really cool.
This is awesome. You know what? I mean, we are living in a time where a lot of families don't have money for holiday meals and presents and things like this. I mean, a lot of families that you know that live near you and things. So this is awesome. It really makes me happy. You know,
really cool.
Lots of churches do stuff like this too. I know our church just put together over 300 Thanksgiving boxes that are going to be passed out with a whole meal in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, I love during the holidays when people get together and really try to bring some joy into the lives of those who really struggling right now. So.
What I'd like to do, guys, is for the next couple shows is every week if we could present some sort of event that's coming up that people can go do to kind of spread some Christmas cheer. I think this one's really cool.
Did you say, what on this particular event, I'm just scroll up a little bit. On this particular event, it says here, following a list of what you can expect is you can get, besides the dinners, you can get the coach, you said, the blankets, haircuts, you get bike repairs.
Well, meal boxes to go, too, besides that awesome dinner. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you could cover that. But yeah, so meal boxes to go, you get the haircuts, bike repairs, there's guns.
Guns? No guns.
They're giving away
fun.
guns.
You meant to say fun.
Fun games. I combine that word, but fun games and activities for the kids, which is very cool. Cookie decorating. That's
and
nice.
Santa will be there.
Santa photos. So that's a big event. I mean, that's huge. That's a
really
lot of
cool
stuff.
So you can go to check out Fresno Rescue Mission to find out more, and
I'm sure they have opportunities there if you want to go help during that.
Volunteer
and serve. Yeah.
And if you are somebody who knows somebody who's struggling, or if you're struggling yourself, know that if you miss this event, they're always open. So you can always stop by. They're off of Dakota and the 41.
You can always donate, and if you need help, they're always there for you.
Yep,
but you can
out
always
there by Manchester.
Now, have you guys ever did that where you donated time, and served
Yes,
meals and
yeah,
stuff?
a lot,
Where really? Where at?
Yeah. The downtown. What's the one downtown? The
See, that's the Fresno Rescue Mission or
that's Fresno
Pavarello
Rescue.
House.
Yeah, Pavarello House.
Oh,
is what I used
Pavarello
to do.
House, okay.
Maybe this one's a little bit different then. So when I was in high school, I was the vice president and then the president of the Interact Club, which was the community service club. So we would organize food drives. We'd go serve Christmas and Thanksgiving and meals and all that sort of stuff. So we would do that quite a bit. So yeah, I would do that pretty often.
That's always one thing, and that's my fault. I wish as a family, I'm like, man, that'd be kind of cool. You always hear about that, go donate time and stuff to that kind of stuff, and I've always thought about that with the family, maybe going down there and doing some serving, but just never have. So that's why I ask. Yeah.
So the Fresno Mission is that it's out there. It's part of it's right there near the Pavarello House.
Yeah, the Pavarello House is more of the Catholic institution, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's more, and then the Fresno Rescue is kind of a nonprofit. Right, so that's kind of what separates them. That's why they're different. Is that right?
I'm not sure how that works, but looks like they have two different areas you can go. So you can check that out. Really cool place. And then of course, Don, you said your church has an event, I believe.
No, we're putting together. We put together boxes. So we always do Thanksgiving boxes with full meals. And then we do a lot of Operation Christmas Child. So those are boxes that get sent out internationally all over the world to parts of the country where, typically families don't have any money to buy Christmas presents. So the child will get, and it's like 6 toys or something like that we go and put in these boxes, and then they get, and it's a ministry too. So they get a little bit of literature to learn about the gospel, and we always, it's got a card from the person who's donated and stuff. So it's really cool. It's a cool program. It was founded, I think, by Samaritan's Purse. So yeah.
And also like a place I work at, they do like the giving tree, where they'll select some families that need things, and you give items or money, and that way they'll have the meal and presents and stuff too. And I think even people could probably do that. Like probably a lot of churches, I'm sure, do these. People could look. In the community, if they want to do this type of thing, churches, organizations that would do that for you, if you want to, donate, and they'll be able to get it to the right families that need the help.
Another event coming up is a show that I am involved in. It's A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. We are putting that on. It's a bunch of local, actually, actors from Fresno, some really solid actors. You have Brienne Vogt DeBoss. You have Sarah Price, Robert Sanchez, Mark Hoffman, Jonathan Aguirre, Ellie Walzak.
You're talking the best of the best locally.
Seriously, the best of the best.
Yeah.
Directors, actors from Fresno. I mean, these people have been in shows at Good Company, at MCT, at MTF,
Shakespeare
at CMT,
Theater.
Shakespeare in the Park, everything, you name it, Rogue Festivals. We're putting together a play. We're doing It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. Here's the cool thing. It's 100% free.
What?
It's 100% free. Bring your friends, bring your family. Come on in. And the idea here is just put on by Action Community Theater and a little company you guys might know called Light O Mind Media.
Who's that?
I don't know if you guys know them. They produce this podcast, baby. So we're putting on this show. We're doing it live from KACT Studios. And that is located at 101 Sunnyside Avenue in Clovis. It's right across the street from Bicentennial Park. It's part of, we're doing it with Action Community Church. They started Action Community Theater. And essentially, it's a couple of cool things. Everybody's invited. It's 100% free. Come bring your friends, your family. And what we're doing is we're doing this thing where it's it's good things that continue to grow. So you have step one is people can come see free theater. People who usually can't afford theater.
Yeah.
You can come, bring your kids, and start a Christmas tradition. Watch a show. Something that you usually... heck, it's expensive to see theater now. It's like $50 for a ticket to some local theaters, So this is free. Come check it out. But additionally, we've have like a corporate night. So that is any businesses can rent the night. And all the money that we bring in from from the concessions at the end of the show. Also, we just say if you have some money,
people
$1, you can donate. Right? You don't have to. You do not have to, but if you can, every dollar raised goes directly to the Gateway Project. What the Gateway Project is, that's a project that's done with SoCal Network, which is a group of churches, as well as Sawyer Water Filters and a company called Clean Water. They've all come together, and what they're doing is they're bringing clean water to 100,000 homes in Egypt right now. There's like 4 million children who get sick and or die from dirty water in Egypt every year because they just have dirty water from the Nile. So they're putting in these long-lasting water filters so people can get real clean water. So they come in, they do that, as well as they're building 2 Champions Clubs, which are to help children with special needs in these areas where they usually don't have any help. So all the money goes to that, and that's what we're doing. So December 10th, 16th, 17th, also December 11th. Those are the show dates. And very simple, if you want to find out where it is, it's actioncommunitytheater.com. actioncommunitytheater.com. We just ask you to go on there. Tickets are free, but you can just reserve a ticket. That way you know you have a spot, because you can only fit 150 people each night. So
now just to clarify for myself here. So radio play would be, so what you're doing is basically It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, a lot of people have seen that.
Yeah.
But you guys are putting it on, right, as a radio. It would be like if we were in the old days watching them put on a radio, like back in the 30s when people just had radios.
Yep.
Right?
So the way it works is you come in, when you enter the studio, KACT Studios, you're walking into the 1940s.
Oh, 40s. Oh, nice.
It's the 40s. You walk in, all the actors, it's you walk in, you're in the 40s. And you walk into an old radio studio. We're using all original sound effects. We've built real Foley effects. You know, we're all just, you're in the 40s, and we're going to stand up there, and as we are acting the roles, and each actor is playing multiple voices and parts, we're also doing all the sound effects and making the wind sounds and making the sirens, and so you get to watch a radio show,
which is what they used to do. A lot of people probably don't realize that when they only had radio, they would bring in these live studio audiences to actually watch the people act out, the show. Not literally like a stage production, right? You're not, walking around and stuff, but you're on the mic and you're doing the voices and the sound effects.
Exactly.
So it's that cool. Is very cool, man. That's awesome.
So I encourage people to check it out. It's another one of those cool things in Fresno that's going
Mary.
on.
Mary!
Oh, Mary! Oh, what's going on?
I love you, old building alone.
Another cool thing happening. This is kind of a big congratulations to Valley Lavash. I don't know if you guys know Valley Lavash.
No, what is that?
They are one of the oldest bakery in Fresno. Over 100 years they've been in Fresno. Yeah. They're turning 100, which is pretty cool. They're if you've seen them downtown, they're right off the 41. It's a tiny little building. If you've ever had like Lavash crackers, or those heart crispy crackers they sell everywhere, or you go to any Armenian or Lebanese restaurant that sells Lavash bread, guarantee you it's coming from Valley Lavash. It's a family that's been here, Armenian family, for 100 years. And they're in the same bakery that they've always been. Of course, they have some new upgrades, but same building. Wow, really, really cool. So they're
now is lavash a type of bread?
It is. It's a flat bread. It's a flat, crispy Middle Eastern Armenian bread.
So that's called lavash. Okay, I thought maybe the family name was lavash.
No, their name is I forget how to pronounce it. Sega. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sagatalians. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. So lavash is the bread, so it's that cracker bread. Okay,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So
there's so much. We've talked about this on the show a lot. There's so much produced here in this valley we don't even know about. I never even knew about.
We're like
this.
The food capital of the world. Like 100%.
This is crazy.
So so that's really cool. So congratulations to Valley Lavash. That's awesome. Very cool stuff. Okay, guys. Any last words before we're about to wrap up? Anything else that we need to talk about? Any events?
Oh, I will say this. Entertainment pick. I just saw last night. Christmas Story Christmas, the part 2.
Oh, how was
a Christmas
that?
Story. It was really good, man. I gotta say, the families watched it. We all watched it, and it was very entertaining. I'm not gonna say it obviously is not a Christmas Story.
Sure.
But I will say they did a great job of pulling in all the old characters that they could, the callbacks. they really did I think they really did a solid, superb job to make a sequel to that. I mean, I don't think it's going to overtake the original by any means.
Sure.
But it was a continuation story of of the boy. Of course, I'm blanking on his name, right? But it's a continuation.
Ralphie?
So Ralphie, thank you very much. I should have known that, right? The most. It's a continuation story of him and his family.
That's not the same one, Max.
No, you got it. That's Christmas Story 2. This one's called A Christmas Story Christmas. I just called it. It's part 2.
Wait, is there another Christmas Story 2?
I guess I forgot about that one. There's a Christmas Story 2, and that one, do not watch that one. This is called A Christmas Story Christmas.
Wow. Great name.
Yeah, so because it happens at Christmas, right? So
the first Christmas Story, I think, was set in like the 50s.
Yeah, and this one
is it like in the 70s or 80s?
73.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this one is 73. He goes back home. And the thing is that I think I'm not going to give anything away when I say that, his father passes away right before Christmas. So this is what gets him back home. Him and his family go back, and his mom is still there.
I went and saw that house, the Christmas Story house.
It's like an Airbnb now.
I think it is. It's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. When they filmed it, the outsides of that house were shot. Now a lot of the insides, they copied it and they did it on a sound stage. But yeah, there's an actual house. The actual house you can go to, and it's an Airbnb, and you can stay in that house, and it's decorated as close to the movie as. Did you actually go into the house?
No, we just drove by it.
Just drove by it. Yeah. Wow. So anyway, I was just going to say, on this one, that like I said, they did a great job. I definitely, for a family, a holiday pick, if you've seen the original Christmas Story and you love it, I would do this. I think the woke community won't like it because it kind of pays tribute to dads. And it's like, it's a kind of nice, about how his father meant so much to him, and his father was a good guy. And you know how they don't want the family nowadays. So.
Right. Yeah. You can't have the family.
Well, I was reading a review for they brought back the Santa Claus too. The Santa Clauses.
I want to see that, yeah.
And
yeah.
By all accounts, it seems like the reviews are pretty good. But I was reading a review that says it's taking a hard right, and it ruins the rest of the story. That there's conservative politics.
Oh, shame on them.
And the conservative politics they went on to explain was that Santa Claus is complaining that you're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore. And that just ruined it for this reviewer. It was too much.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Just like the first movie, the whole idea that you're losing the Christmas spirit. Uh-huh. Oh, my goodness.
So if you guys watch these reviews, read on what they say the reasoning is. Because if this is nonsense about, it takes a right or come on. I mean, Christmas Story Christmas, like I said, it pays tribute to the dad. It's a very heartwarming one, and they do a great job. And they bring back a lot of characters.
It's on HBO?
It's on
Max,
HBO, HBO Max. Yeah, it was released the 17th, so on Life Day.
I'll have to watch that.
On Life Day.
On Life Day.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Don Doorman, thank you for coming.
Yes.
Always appreciate
Anytime,
your time.
always here.
Appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody. We always appreciate your listenership. Do join the Discord. Hop on. You can get that link at nofocusradio.com. Jump in there. Feel free to correct us. We got some fun stuff going in there. Lots of talks with some listeners.
Fact check us.
Yes, fact check us. Tell us some stories. Also, check out our site, nofocusradio.com. You can a whole bunch of links there. You can vote on Don's polls. You can get in touch with us. You can subscribe and become a member. Either we have different plans there, all with various perks. We really appreciate that as well. Helps us keep on going and pay the bills. All of this stuff costs money. We got electricity. I got to pay for Padlet. I need to pay for hosting. I got to pay for my board. It's not cheap.
It's value for value. We give you guys value, entertainment.
We don't take ads. We're just taking you guys. Unless you guys want to pay for an ad, then we're happy to take it. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend or day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Get well, Stu.